Well, let's talk about Father's Day when you don't have a father. So here's my story. When I was young, I was in Peru until age 8, 9, and then I came to the United States. In Peru, my father was one of my best friends. He was another face, he was another force, he was another energy. He gave me advice. He was kind of there. He wasn't there when I was little because he basically my mom had to go to court against him in order to get some money because he was saying that I was not his child. But when you look at pictures in the future, we look alike. I'm his child. Biologically, I am his child, even though I may want to refute it and not, say I'm some kind of being from the forces of the universe. No. I can see his face, my face, and whatnot. So there is a certain level of sadness. There is a certain level of trauma that ends up happening in my particular situation because it's this flip flopping of I really care about you, I don't care about you, I really care about you, and it's confusing. It's confusing to me. So as a grown man, what it has done, it has hindered my relationships with people in various ways. Just from the coming of understanding that if you really love me, you treat me badly at some point, and maybe I'm drawing that from the universe because the subconsciousness that was placed on me. So there's that negative element to it that I'm sure that I can transform into positive by sharing this video. The other element, and there are positives, of course. I think that when you study Kabbalah, you realize you came in with this story, and it's up for you to realize what the story is. So that can be hard to swallow because you're no longer the victim. There is no victim. There is just cause and effect. And it's just, and it's deciphering. It's cause and effect and deciphering. So all of that comes into play. And I think to myself, on paper, I chose this, right? On paper, I chose this. And this is a wonderful blessing because this was a contract that was created between me and the light of the creator. And we were like, yes, okay, let's do this, in order to reveal the most light, in order to maybe this video will be the one, that will totally change minds and people will go, wow, I never thought about it that way, that if I was leaving my child, that I'd be hurting my child. I think you think about it, but you don't really think about it, and there's fathers out there that just abandon their children. There's various different animalistic elements, to animals as there are to humans, I believe. There's people out there that stay with their children and could never leave their children at all. They will fight at all costs till the end of time and even after for their children. And there's people like, I can always make another one. Or I can make another one and they'll give me money for it. And people don't think of the consequences of that trauma. And there's so many different rainbows of opportunities that we hinder children from when we bring them into the earth in certain circumstances. And it's not responsible for us, it's not responsible for the world. So I personally, I am, as a single child, I am a huge advocate of a 2 parent, 5 parent, 6 parent household. It takes a village. I think that it's important to reach out to your neighbors. We're having a baby. We might be going out for a weekend. Can we leave the baby with you? That kind of level of trust needs to come back with humanity. And so, as a and so I think that ultimately the journey has been that me and the light of the creator. So it's like all of this amassed, and I have this amazing relationship with the light of the creator that is constantly growing. So I look at that relationship in contrast to the relationship with my biological father, and I think to myself, like, yes, I'm so happy that you left because if you hadn't left, this other light wouldn't have stepped in, or may not have stepped in, and I'd be a completely different person. So I am so happy that I am who I am, and I'm able to share what I can share because of the path that I have taken. It's made me tougher. It's made me stronger. Do I have forgiveness in my heart from my biological father? Yeah, I think ultimately I have to. I think there's moments of, how could you? Why would you? Why would any parent? How could any parent? Kind of mentality. But at the end of the day, I'm in the path that I am because of the situations that happened. And I'm blessed. And I'm blessed. I really am to be in this situation. So, but again, I say it's better for population control, for people to take it upon themselves to population control rather than leave it up to the hands of whatever, whomever, that kind of thing. Because it could, I mean, the earth could be totally alive and be like, there's way too many people. I just, that's what the no, yeah, it's because of that, all that kind of stuff. Or maybe there's someone in a lab being like, and there's like 13 families being like, I don't know. What do you think? So, daddy issues. Yeah, they're there. Should I see a therapist? I don't. You're my therapist. So let me know. What should I do with my life? I love you, internets. You are the best, and I believe in humanity. I want to wish you all a wonderful, wonderful eternity. Let me know your story of your lack of daddies, or or your story of yay daddies. I'd love to know, of your moment of healing or not healing. Maybe I can help. I want to wish you all a wonderful eternity.